Welcome to the trip. Is it the trip? Yeah, it's the trip. And at least Arsenal got all 3 points. Not everybody else did, but I'll take the 3 points and enjoy it. So, as we say, hello, everyone. Welcome to the trip. I'm DWTT. Friends call me Gary. Welcome. We got a full house tonight, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome back from his from being on set or being on location. Matt, how you doing?
Glad to be back, gentlemen. Glad to be back.
Cool. And in the dark over there, you see Mr. Tom. How you doing?
Greetings, cool cats, cool dudes, and Tony.
Cool. And Tony, how you doing?
I'm doing so for having needles jabbed in my eyes a few hours ago. Alive.
Cool. And as you can see, Tony is he's on, as they say, the old style dubbing
tape delay.
So it's gonna be a little bit behind. He's moving his mouth,
it's broadcasting live from 1974.
So we'll have to deal. We'll figure it out, but we'll move on. And last but not least,
low track seat, Tom.
There you go. And last but not least, we've got Alonzo. Alonzo, how you doing?
Good, guys. Alonzo C. Hey, Matt. Hey, Tom. Hey, Tony. Hey, Gary. Thanks for having me on, guys.
What's going on, brother?
Cool.
All
right. So because we got as many people, we're going to kind of do the big screen and all of that. But we'll say hello to everybody in the chat that just joined us. Big Scunner, welcome to the show. Yes, we are off. Good evening to you. All right, Colonel is joining us, and I guess he's happy to see Tony in the house here. The agonizing dungeon wailing, sweet music to my ears. And also joining us is Dez. Hello, guys. Best stat of the match. Fox's first shot on target was the 5th minute. Second shot on target was the 70th minute. That's impressive. Yes. We had fun with that.
Would have been a lot cooler if it was the 71st minute.
All right, so let's get started here. So I'll just run through the scores, and then we'll get started on and everybody chat a little bit about what they want to talk about in terms of football. So as you can see on the scroll there, first game of the weekend. Who do we have? Yeah, first game
Everton
of the week.
And Aston Villa.
Yeah, so Villa wins 2-1 home against Everton. Arsenal wins 4-2 versus Leicester. Brighton draws with Newcastle. Man City wins home versus 4-0 versus Bournemouth. Southampton draws with Leeds. Wolves draw with Fulham. Oh yeah, I can't even speak. Brentford 4.
You gotta do like my boy, the African man. Brentford 4.
United 0. Oh, great! And then on the Sunday, we got Forest gets lucky against West Ham, wins 1-0. Chelsea 2-2 with that team, and Liverpool and Crystal Palace today played to a 1-1 draw.
You put Arsenal on there twice.
Did I put Arsenal on there twice?
That's fine. That's twice.
That's it's an Arsenal channel, so I guess it's twice as nice. So there you go. You'll know when.
What?
I didn't realize I did that, but all right, that's good.
My favorite part of this, my favorite part of this by far. Oh, sorry, I forgot 1974
Tony, you're going to have to say what you said again.
My favourite part of this is Gary was all like, I'm going to write the full team names. I'm going to write Arsenal, Leicester City, and then you went, I got bored of writing all the rest of that. Eve, Sue,
Hey, you just wrote
Bree.
LC on Leicester for a second.
It's a lot of typing. I needed to save calories. Come on. All right. So
Right.
at least I'm going to talk about. We'll see what you guys want to talk about. I guess we'll talk about Arsenal. We'll get to Leeds, and then we'll get to the fun stuff, the stuff that makes us smile. All right. So
Hey,
Arsenal.
Gary,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I have a question. So you incorporate Leeds in this podcast too?
Yeah, we got Mr. Tom on here. We have to talk about Leeds. What's the point of having him on?
I'm teasing you.
There we go. All right, so here we go. Oh, the Assembled has joined us. Welcome to the show, Assembled. Vice captains be dropped. Can captains be dropped? Yes, both. They can't play. They got to go. Okay, what is this? Colonel does. We can't talk about Arsenal. It's boring. We should just dissect the Leeds game. Tom. The Colonel loves you. He loves you, Mr. Tom.
He's my boy.
There you go.
Probably
Steve Denham has
Tom.
joined us. Steve, welcome. Yes. What does he say here? People are getting gassed about do you get on a plane to Valencia? His family are on holiday there, but he might be killing two birds with one stone. Maybe, but it's still quiet, too quiet for me. If they were going to do it, they need to do it, of course, yesterday. And
Tell Des has spent a lot of time on Twitter.
There you go. Ray Anderson is joining us.
Gassed.
Thank you. Welcome to the show, Ray. And as they say, the second coming of the Messiah has arrived. Oof, that's right. Jesus is in the house. So let's go ahead and we're going to go to the big screen here and then let everybody have their say. So Arsenal, like I said, I'm going to talk about Arsenal for Leicester City 2. Enjoyed the game. Not much I haven't said already for the last, two days. So enjoyed the 3 points. It could have been more, but it could have been a high-scoring match otherwise. So we'll take the 2-goal lead. We'll take the 6 points we've got so far in the season, and it does look good. Our Crystal Palace win does look good now, doesn't it? Everybody was like, even me, was like, we could have done more, but guess what? 2 points on the road I know is good, and I guess I'd be a little bit, but I'll take it. And based on what we saw today, everybody said they were going to come back and play a good game, and they did. Crystal Palace actually looked really good today, and Liverpool was at. I guess they weren't necessarily at full strength. If you listen to some of the Liverpool players, they think fans. I mean, they think some of their players could have switched things around a little bit with their defense, but who cares? I'll take the points that we got. All right, everyone, I'll let you go. So, Matt, where do you want to start?
Brother, we are 2 games to the good. If we can get over this line and get 3 games, I would be a happy man. It has been so long since I've seen us win two games in a row at the start of the season. I have to go back and pull records to see what that was. It had to be like 16, 17. But man, those boys look good Saturday, man. Granted, Xhaka looked good Saturday. I know, I don't need sound right. Sound right coming out of my mouth. Outside of that miscue at Ramsdale, I think Ramsdale was just trying a little too much there on Saturday. That'd be my only complaint. I think that when he gets wound up a little bit. And, he's trying to prove no, just do what you need to do. I hate Jesus didn't get his hat trick. I was pulling for him to get that hat trick. I don't know how he missed that sitter. But, the only thing that scares me, y'all, is that if we do not get these signings, get some backup here. We need some backup. That's the main thing is we got to get some backup, man. Got to get some backup. We're going to find out because the competition is going to be a little bit better. I actually think Leicester's in a lot of trouble. I think they're in a lot of trouble because they have not made one signing. And this is where you have to kind of look at these 2 wins. You have to look at the Palace win is okay. It's first game of the season for both teams. Then you have to look at the Leicester. That's a team in turmoil. We got Bournemouth coming up Saturday, right?
Yep.
We got Bournemouth. So we got Bournemouth coming up. We're gonna find out because I didn't watch them play this weekend. So I don't know if they drew, won or what. So
They got murdered by Man City.
oh, that's right. They got slaughtered. They got took out to the sword too. So
4-0.
they'll come out playing for Pride Saturday, which means that we have to be ready. Are we going there or are they coming here?
Yeah, we're going there, I think, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we'll
we're
have
going there.
Mhm.
we'll have to come out and try to get that over with quick, kill the spirit, and get out of there. Then Fulham is going to be a tricky game, and it's a derby. So it's a small derby, but it's a derby. Nonetheless, it's a derby. It's a major game for them. So, so we've got quite a few games there. Like I said, we can get to that magic number, especially with teams dropping points. This is the thing: if you can win while teams dropping points, that's a good thing. Odegaard has got to learn to shoot. He's got to learn to shoot. They need to have bonus footage of all or nothing with him just working on shots. They just need to. That should be a DVD extra of him just working on shots because he has to start shooting, man. There was a couple of times there where I saw him, and it was the wide open chance to shoot. He's looking to pass. We got to take those shots. We just looked good across the board Saturday. I was happy. Should have been 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But of course, a win is a win, man. I'll take the win. Y'all know how I feel about it. We're gonna take these wins. We're gonna do what we need to do. Move on. I am still Arteta out. So for those in the chat that think I am, giving Arteta some slack, no, not until I see some extreme progress because we saw this last year. We were 4 points with 3 left. We've seen this, so we've got to seal the deal. This year's got to be a year of sealing the deal, and a good way to seal the deal starting out, to put down a marker, is to win the first 5. And as you saw today with the Liverpool is more than beatable. Liverpool is more than beatable. Had they played City or somebody with a little bit more panache, they probably would have got beat pretty bad. They came out like a house on fire, but they kind of tapered down after a while. And then you saw what happened with Palace. So I think that there are opportunities there, and they're united, man. Oh my word! I hadn't seen anything that bad in quite a while, man. That was high theater on Saturday,
Hold that thought because we probably can talk about that for a long time, along with the Liverpool. So I'll let everybody have a little bit of chat with their games. Let me go through the chat real quick. Jacques as the vice captain, they assembled. I'm just gonna. My thought is he's always been the captain, regardless of whether we thought he was or not. He deserved it or not. He's always been a leader.
That also answers a question that we all had about whether or not he's leaving. So that just puts that to bed. So we know he's here for the rest of the year.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And so let's go here. I'll just go through these messages real quick. Big Gunner, Arsenal doesn't buy world class, we create them. He went from being just a squad player to a superstar with Arsenal. Yeah, I think it was, as most will say, he probably was always there. It's they didn't need it, right? City had too many players. They didn't need him to be that good, but we'll take it. We will take it. Des is on Twitter for those who didn't know, and it's all Mr. Tom's fault. And Tony needs to know what Big Gunner has in the pipe, I guess, or in the whatever they call that stuff you guys do. So
No, it's in the pipe.
all right. So yep, it was a good weekend for the Gooners. Everybody around us that dropped points, really nice. We got all of our points. Everybody else around us, either besides City, which I guess is going to be the kind of the marker, right? It's a City and everybody else. It looks like right now. Ramsdale a bit dodgy. Yeah, every time on a near post, Ramsdale looks bad to me. So City starting bad, but I think they're just getting well. Now they've lost Nunez for 3 games, right? So, oof, oof. And there's the answer to Tony's question. I don't think Saka's actually been off. I don't think they've needed to use him, and it just we'll take what the other team gets us, and they gave us the left side, and they got punished for it. So yeah, I go through these real quick. 15 out of the first 5 definitely should be a goal. Definitely should be a goal. I think based on where even now, if you look at October, which everybody's concerned about, the big games are all at home. Liverpool, that team, Liverpool and City, all at home. So if you're going to get a run of points against the big ones, that's probably a good time to do it. Ray has joined us. Ray, welcome to the show. Let's bow our heads in silence for the massacre that took place against Bournemouth. Yeah, but the fact that we have to play them means they're going to be wanted to have a kind of a rebirth. So, and the Arsenal Misfit is joining us. Welcome to the show. Yeah. And as he says, not worrying about Saka. Yeah, we'll take whatever side they give us. We'll punish them. All right, so we'll let Mr. Tom have his say. So, Mr. Tom, you can talk a little bit about. I guess talk about the Leeds game. I guess since
No. I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk about your boys. I'm going to talk about your boys, right? Mr. Jesus scoring his 2 goals. Guess who has him in his FPL team as the captain? This guy. Yes, I was very pleased. Good lad. Lots of points. I also had
yourself
Zaha.
back.
If I could reach it due to my fatness, then I would. But more importantly, I've got Zaha and Koulibaly in my FPL team. Delicious. Lots of points. Anyway, just a very quick bonus trivia question. What do Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, West Ham, Everton have in common? Don't wait too long to tell you. They're all below Leeds United in the table. So, that's amazing, right? I don't think Leeds have been above Man United and Liverpool in the table since about 1991. So, amazing. Anyway.
Cool.
We don't need to talk about what happened to Leeds on Saturday, though. We can. I don't even think we played.
Okay.
Not after the 70th minute, anyway.
Maybe we'll let somebody else talk. Tony, go ahead. What you got to say about the games this weekend? Not the big one that happened today or the one that yesterday.
I like the way we started off our first 45 minutes. Loved Jesus' first type shot me and Matt's been calling for. Hopefully he's got more of those bizarre tap ins and stuff like that. Nice saving me that type of goal. And about Saka and Ramsdale, I think both have looked off so far. Arteta would be taking Saka off with about 25 minutes left. I think I'd bring first team, let him play off the bench for now. I think he's good enough. Second half, we let him back into a game, but right after we went in there and got goals within 1 to 2 minutes each time. So that was kind of nice. Not near good enough in the second half, but exactly what you want to see. And that's pretty much it about that game.
Cool. And as you can tell, Tony's on a bit of a delay. The video and the audio just aren't in sync today, but we'll have to deal with that. So, Why Not has joined us. Why Not? Welcome to the show. I think I missed your first comment because usually you always give us the same one, or maybe because you're writing, you didn't get that. But that's all right. That's all right. And I just going through the chat, so we'll let Alonzo talk. Alonzo, tell us.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I thought that the game was really planned out very well. I thought that we executed the way we wanted to. I think getting Jesus' first goal was pretty important for him. I think he wanted to score against Crystal Palace, though he didn't have the opportunity to do so. But yeah, I think getting Xhaka involved was pretty awesome to see. I think we're in Xhaka is holistic for not being out of position all the time and then also not being where he needs to be. And it's kind of interesting seeing him attack and getting an assist and goal. I think it shows that he's improved a little bit under Arteta. And also seeing Saliba scoring our own goal when way the fans responded to that was pretty cool too. Though Ramsdale, I agree with Matt, gets a little cocky sometimes and doesn't realize that a mistake's a mistake, yeah, but he has to grow from that and he'll learn from that. But he does it far too often, in my opinion. So yeah, I think even Martinelli's goal was pretty cool. I think he deserves that goal. I think he works hard, and yeah, I think the team did pretty well. I think that sometimes when you see players struggle like Saka and Odegaard, it's only a second game of the season, and so I think they'll come around eventually. We're gonna need that. But yeah, I'm not worried about one bit about Odegaard and Saka. I think they'll be okay. So yeah, I think that I think Gary had said it earlier about them using the right side or them not using the right side enough, but the left side looked pretty good. I think Zaka on the left side looked pretty good. I think Zinchenko looks pretty good. I think Martinelli. I think most of those goals came from the left side, or at least started the build-up play. So, yeah, I think that eventually right side will come about. And yeah, this is a great win for us. Though we give up 2 goals, I'm okay with that. And yeah, I mean, fair play to them.
Cool. And there was a comment here that I kind of, I guess, want to talk about. At least we probably can all talk about it because for me, Xhaka really had a good day. I don't think there was anything negative about his play in that game that I could remember or I saw. Typically, he does stand out and gives us something that we can complain about. There was nothing there. I think pushing him up the pitch has made him, made it easier for him to play for us. And I think also, like I said, he was always probably the de facto captain, regardless of whoever was wearing the armband. The fact that him and Jesus both are vice captains, I think shouldn't surprise any of us. Jesus getting it doesn't surprise me. I always thought he could be, from what I saw once he stepped on the pitch, he's definitely a leader for us, and he's definitely answering some of those questions about how will the team respond to different situations. Right, we scored that first goal over the weekend, and as soon as we did, after that, he was going and talking to everybody on our side. Basically pushing us. Yeah, we got to go get another one, right? And I think that trickled into the rest of the game, the way we played. So Jesus is leading by example and leading with his voice and, getting a team across the line. And that's what we need. So it's important that we keep him healthy or we find we find a backup quick.
Hey, Gary, can I make a comment on that real quick? So I like how also Zinchenko kind of knows what the feel of Gabriel Jesus is. I think that getting Zinchenko was really important in the transfer market because you got someone who's also a proven winner as well, and who could also play multiple positions. As you saw during the game, he was all over the place, and it kind of shows you that he's going to be an important player as well this season.
Yep, definitely. Zinchenko is. I like him. For me, anyways, Zinchenko at fullback, I'd rather have him in midfield. I don't know, it's just me, but we'll get to that. Anybody else have anything to say on this comment here about Xhaka? In terms of at least Xhaka, nothing.
Yeah,
Nobody.
never heard him.
You guys have said all you want to say positive about him in like the first 5 minutes of the show. You don't want to say any more? I don't think if he plays well, that means he stays. I think he was always staying. So if he's gonna stay, I'd rather have him play well.
I still want to see Zinchenko or Fabio in that spot.
I mean, it'll happen, Tony. You should be patient.
Ready to see him go out.
You didn't see what?
Zach could go out and somebody else be starting.
Yeah, well, until he's failing whatever system Arteta has in place, I think he'll stay. And so far, so good, right? But we'll see when things get tough. We shall see. Everybody's chatting here. I'll just go through some of the chats real quick. I see. Oh, Miss Melina has joined us. Miss Melina, thanks for joining us. And everybody's saying hello to Miss Melina. And you know what? Maybe we'll go into this since this is the first comment that came out. So Liverpool today went down 1-0, went down one man, but still was able to recoup a point from this game at home. So as much as it was really fun, and who would say in one of the DMs that I'm in, I always make a comment when things are going well for us or I'm happy with the way the games are going. In this case, Liverpool losing. And after a while, guess what happens? I jinx it, and they get a point. They get a goal, they win. And that's exactly what happened today. You know, they go down a man, you think they're 1-0 down. Zaha needs to score, and he did not do that to put him up to get the second goal, and they came back to haunt them, at least as far as getting all the points. Anybody else want to talk about this Liverpool match? I'll go with you, Matt.
I mean, Mane, I told y'all, Mane, man, they're going to really miss him this year, man. They're going to really miss Sadio Mane. It's a couple of Liverpool players there that in that title run, they really miss. Are going to miss a lot of these guys. I think Liverpool.
Did they sell the wrong attacker?
Yeah, personally, I think they did. Alonso laughing, man, but I'm serious. I mean, I think.
No, I'm laughing because Tony.
He's laughing at Tony because he's in the dark. He's consumed.
No, I'm laughing because he's always.
I'm laughing because he's always the only one who could see him.
But
I see me. Else can see me.
No, it's just a black screen. I thought you did it on purpose.
The thing is, guys, on YouTube itself, you can see him. But on the
is that right?
he's dark, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was the only one, so I was like, I'm not going to say anything. But as soon as Matt said it, I was just like, it's open season on Tony again.
That is the new... Okay.
I've got a small confession. You might have thought, why is Tom holding his phone? I was literally taking a photo of the black screen and I sent it to Tony and I was basically like, Tony, I can't see you. What did I do to deserve this reward? No, I'm just, you know.
But I think Liverpool's there right for the picking, man. Unless they make some kind of last day signing, I think they're stuck with what they have. I mean, Diaz now Diaz is I mean that might actually be the man that will propel them to where he needs to be. He was on fire, but I really think that money is going to be a huge miss for him. So,
Is like a third or fourth?
well, right now, I'll leave them what they are. I'll leave them at second for right now, just off of what they've done. But at these next 6 games will let you kind of give you an idea of what's what, you know. So we'll see what they are in about 6 games, you know. So.
Cool.
Gary, can I lay out what's going to happen this weekend?
All right, so there you go.
I like to get a bit of hyperbole in my Premier League football. Leeds are going to play Chelsea in a rematch from the 1970 FA Cup final, the largest, most watched club football match in England ever. I will say with 28 million viewers. Anyway, it's going to be a rematch. It's going to be vicious. We don't like them. They don't like us. They're a lot better than us, realistically, but that don't matter because we don't like them. We're gonna chop them enough. But more importantly than that, you then got another rivalry, the relegation battle between Manchester United and Liverpool. Who's going to take the points and who's going to be sitting there going, God, our manager's in trouble? Is it going to be Jurgen, this pitch is too dry for my liking, Klopp? Or is it going to be Addo 10 weeks himself? Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? Who's going to maybe draw? Because that's part of the rules of football that can possibly happen. What will happen this Sunday?
There you go.
Sunday.
And that's your build up from Mr. Tom. Tony, what you got to say about at least we're starting with Liverpool, but you can go where you want.
I was hoping an upset on them. Thought they had the ability to do that. They go down 10 men. You're a little bit happy with that. And all of a sudden, they end up being a draw. But overall, it was a good game to watch. This club playing well. And Liverpool, like Matt said, a little bit of trouble. But right now, they need to get things rolling a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it's just I think Liverpool just needs to, figure things out. Now that Nunez is gone, I guess they're gonna have to figure out how to play without him. But I think they'll be fine. Diaz showed that he still got it, and the goal that he scored, he basically took it upon himself to basically split like 4 players, and then put a shot in that goalkeeper had no chance at. So, if they get that kind of play at least for the next 3 games, they might be fine. And as you said, they play at Old Trafford, so that should be interesting to see how that works out. If they're missing their big time, their big forward, and they go and they still smash them. So we shall find out. I'm just gonna go through the chat real quick because I know I've missed many a message. I'll try to pick out some of the good ones here, and then we'll go. What does it say here from Steven? Still early days for our attacking players. Give them a few more games together to get used to everyone's movements. So our attack will be frighteningly lethal. How much better are we with a goal scorer? Very nice. Yeah, I think Jesus has shown from day one that he's the real deal, and if these guys follow his lead, we'll be fine.
Des had a good message about 8 minutes ago.
Oh, this is the one. Crazy how that game against Leicester showed what a killer Tielemans is. What?
Tielemans.
Is that what I just said?
Tielemans.
Tielemans? Is that his name?
No.
Yeah, but he's saying talisman.
Talisman.
Who's talisman?
That Leicester goalkeeper is very lucky that De Gea had the game that he had, or there would be more focus on his performance.
Oh. I think I missed something. I went over my head. So, did we get the chip? We get the crisp of the day. We'll come back to that when he talks. Tony, Matt, what's his name? Mr. Tom will tell us what the chip of the day is.
Yeah, when I start talking, I'll break it out.
All right, so here we go. Yeah, so Jesus is actually one of the top. He's the top goal contributor, I believe, in the league right now with 4 goal contributions, 2 goals, 2 assists. So there you go.
Is that stat you made up, Gary?
I say somebody. I saw it on the screen.
No, I just mean no. I know it's real, but I just mean in the sense that because you don't have the league's top goal scorer, though, do you?
It doesn't matter. This guy contributed 4 goals for his squad.
But I know which team does have the league's top.
I don't. Nobody knows, and nobody cares, right?
It begins with an L and rhymes with weeds.
Does it end with an S? E's and a D in there, Tom?
Yeah, if we were doing an anagram, that's how it would be done.
So Rodrigo is the leading scorer.
Yeah.
He's leading the league right now.
Yeah,
So
it's only took him 3 years to come good.
There you go. Well, then you got him now, so enjoy it while it lasts, right?
Yep.
And Zinchenko in midfield, I would like to see that, but I guess we're gonna have to wait to see who's healthy, what healthy fullback we're gonna have, and whether that's actually gonna change anything. Yeah, so everybody that's in the chat, if you haven't already, hit the likes. I see like 16 people in here today, so welcome. Hopefully, I've introduced you to everybody. If not, I will get to you. So let's see. That Zaha goal today was really nice. Really nice. He said he was thinking about it as soon as he got the ball, and the goalkeeper, he did it. He said he didn't have much time to think about it because if he did, goalkeeper would have got to it. So you could see that in the movement there.
I was kind of surprised they put him as a lone striker up there.
Hey, it worked against
I'm not
Liverpool, didn't it?
surprised by that at all.
Yeah, it worked today, right? So Martinelli was a monster again. I'm liking this Martinelli guy, right? As I have all last season, and so far this season, he's doing well. Yeah, he's opened up space, and that middle, like Xhaka is getting to go all the way up the pitch now, because Jesus, no matter where he is, he's going to be in the box when the ball's there. So very nice.
Oh, it's weird seeing him ahead of a striker so often.
Yeah. And I would be surprised if Fabio gets in the game against Bournemouth. Has he played yet?
Nope.
No,
He
I
hasn't
don't think
played
he's
at all.
played with under 23s either.
Yeah, I figured they might do that
He's
for
been
him.
hurt this whole
For me,
preseason.
yeah, I just find it weird. If they can bring him in, cool. But kind of felt like if he could play in the U23s, that'd be cool for
I
him.
think are all back to full contact training, so it's going to be too long.
All right, and looks like Why Not's on his bike, so he's listening to us. And
He's always on his bike on a Monday night.
yeah, Colonel.
Sounds like
I'd be
Gary
more
on
surprised if he wasn't.
Friday morning. Gary's on.
That's yes, I do hit the Peloton every morning, and Tony loves to tease me about that. My fear is Erdegaard being captain just is going to make him like an immovable object, and Vera won't get a game. I don't think so. I think we're going to have to rotate. So regardless of him being a captain or not, come October when we have midweek games, I think we're going to have to rotate. So hopefully Arteta, in preparation for that, rotates his players sooner. So now
His plan was to play them both at the same time as 8.
Yeah. Mane definitely irreplaceable. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, he had a good game. He actually said he had a good game. Yeah. You know what? He's good for now. I think until he isn't up to par, he'll stay. Even So I actually want him to play well if he's going to stay, because he's going to play. And Des has it. Eric, 10 games. That's how long he'll save his job. We'll see about that. Next week, I guess, will probably be another loss, or they might surprise everyone.
That'd be a big mistake by them if they fire him.
Yeah, definitely. Liverpool needs 2 more signings, Nunez and Rice. I don't know if they're going to want to spend all that money. Bellingham isn't going anywhere this season, so I don't think that's a problem. Talisman, Gary, like an Henry. Oh. I thought you guys were making up names or made a misspelling.
No. As the self-appointed inventor of football, according to Ray yesterday, talisman is a legitimate description for a striker. Yeah.
Sorry.
I thought he was trying to say Tillmans and spelled it wrong.
Well, that's what I thought too. So that's why I went with that. Thank you guys for correcting me. I do make mistakes once in a while.
But no,
Gary's human after all. Damn.
Yeah, I am human. Yeah, Marquinhos looks ready to play, but is he just playing? Is those U23s? Is that a?
He looked
good
in preseason. See, I think I'd give him a chance. To hurt?
Nah. Don't count your chickens till he has lots. He's playing
So
at
you want
age level.
keep playing. Just keep playing soccer. Just keep playing him.
We've got a player. We've got a player in the under-21s that has scored 5 goals in 2 games, and I'm not going to sit there and go, he should displace Patrick Bamford. He should displace Patrick Bamford because Patrick Bamford's injured again. But point is, I'm not going to say, this player's scored 5 goals in 2 games. Put him in the first team. Put him up front.
The first team, I said, put him in the squad. He'll be good on the bench.
You'd be sitting there going, why don't you bring him on? Bring him on. I want to see him play because he scored against 12-year-olds.
Crow. Why did you do a crow?
Huh?
I
Parrot?
thought you did a cow, like a parrot. Is that what he was doing? Oh, I don't know what he was doing. So Matt, let's talk about the game yesterday. Anyways, that team playing at Chelsea,
That was
stealing a point.
that was a good dust up there at the end of the game, man. I enjoyed that. I was eating breakfast when I saw that. That was right good theater there, man. That was world class. That was a good
Somebody
game. Man.
ate their Wheaties.
You know, I actually enjoyed that game. That was they stole it, man. I mean, daylight highway robbery. That should have been a red card on that fella. Pulling the hair of. I should say Gendouzi. Cucurella, man.
It's a tiny Guendouzi. He's probably a foot shorter than him.
Yeah, I mean that was absurd that referee did not award a red card. You know, I just some these Premier League referees, man. Sometimes you wonder why they don't referee World Cup games. I don't quite understand that. So if I was Chelsea, I felt hard done. Yeah, I mean I can understand why Tuchel was pissed about that. You know? But I will say this: both of those teams look very competitive. I know we played Chelsea in preseason. Like I told y'all, it was preseason. Those are two dangerous teams that we're gonna have to really fight for. Excuse me, a place in the top 40. So I take they're gonna be really, really good. And for everybody, y'all know Kane always has trouble scoring in August and September. When October, November, December roll around, he tends to round in the fourth. Only difference this year is he's got to do World Cup. So, you know, I think that World Cup's going to have a lot of huge say-so on this season. So, like I told you, we just need to worry about getting the 5 points and getting the points while other teams dropping, letting them beat the hell out of each other. And that's what you saw yesterday, two teams beating the hell out of each other. I mean, that looked like a mid-season. Like a game was in the middle of the season. That's kind of how high the tensions were yesterday. So that's my say-so on that.
Definitely. Yeah, no, definitely. I did. I think I heard, or there was somebody saying that the reason why there was no red card given is that both players. It's that whole instigation part. So if you instigate the other player, then they're more than likely gonna just wipe it off and not let it and let you get away with it, kind of thing. And in the case of Nunes today, he took it a little too far. I think if he just got in his face, they probably wouldn't have said much. But headbutting someone, I think, gets the red. I guess pulling hair doesn't get the red. So, but I think they said they were both going at each other just before all of that happened. So it was okay for him to pull his hair, which I don't get that. I don't get that. And Tony, can you talk about let you talk about the Liverpool match? Did you get to see it? Are you there, Tony?
He is gone.
Tony, all right. Lonzo, did you get to see the Liverpool match?
I did not watch the game.
Okay. All right. I'll let Mr. Tom talk about it then.
I actually watched it. Sorry. I don't know why I said that. Like, I'd be a surprise that someone who is quite fond of football watched a football match. But yeah. Sorry, which match are we talking about? Liverpool or Chelsea?
Oh, I was talking about the Chelsea one.
He meant to say Chelsea, but he said Liverpool.
I did say that, didn't I? Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you, Tony, for bailing me out there. Because I did watch Liverpool match.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Does Gary have a third mistake in it?
I have more than enough mistakes, but I do want to say that Chelsea did have multiple chances.
Crisp of the night.
Oh, the crisp of the night. Sorry, I should not interrupt
Gary,
that.
No, just with all due respect, I purchased these about 2 hours and 57 minutes ago, and I'm quite hungry and I want to eat them. But I thought I'd go something different from crisps tonight. I wandered over to the wafer section and got me some. This is not a paid advertisement. In fact, I paid them £1.89. All right, so delicious wafers normal wafer with a bit of chocolate inside. They're surprisingly moreish. I've not actually had them for a couple of years, so I'm just going to sit back and enjoy them and listen to Tony talk nonsense.
All right, Tony, you're going to talk some nonsense. So here you go.
Do you want me to talk nonsense or talk about the...
Talk about Chelsea and that team.
It's the same.
What I've seen of the highlights, it looked like a good game. I wish I got to see it live, but I didn't.
Oh, you can smell the cocoa.
Ooh, cocoa. What's the texture like, Tom?
You know you'd want to eat one. Hang on. He knows, but hang on.
I feel like it's 2 days until I get cleaned out.
Oh my god, it's very textury.
Texture.
There's lots of chocolate in between the wafers. Yeah, delicious. I will grant this the score of 42 out of 44.5.
Nice.
Last week's bag of crisp.
4 out of 10.
So this
Thought
is
you
much
liked the
better.
chicken,
I did.
but only a
All
4
right.
out of 10.
I'm a generous scorer.
All right, Tony, tell us about the that team's game where they were able to steal a point.
Yeah, it's one of those games where your team can get a point. But for us, really probably the best we could hope for. Chelsea got the win, but overall, second. Or goalkeepers about what other teams are doing at the moment.
I hear you.
There's a light, mild crunch.
And is there somebody you wanted to know about the top Leeds player? Well, there's Firpo and then everybody else. I don't think we need to go any further. So there you
Firpo's my boy.
So you heard it.
He's my injured boy.
Firpo, he's actually the best player they got, and he's on the bench. So there you go. That's why they're struggling. So.
Struggling. It's our best start to a season for about 442 years.
Without your best player, that's crazy.
I know.
All right, so here we go. What else we got here? Oh, Arsenal misfit, including the preseason. Martinelli has outplayed Saka. If this continues, Saka may need to sit for a couple and think things out. I don't think so. I think we're taking what the other team's given us, and Saka has been there for us all last season. I can't believe after 2 games we're not gonna drop him because of that. We've won both games. He hasn't been too porous, so I'm gonna take it. And that's the new next fight coming up. Des is thinking Eddie Hearn's gonna get Tuchel and Conte going. Everybody's gonna want to see that. As they say, what handbags going on there? Paul Tierney had a howler at Chelsea. Yeah, there was a lot of. I think there was that one foul and deep in that team's half that wasn't called, and the next thing you know, that team scores later on when they could have called it back, and they never did. So somebody wants the Tom's talk tactics is a weekend thing. He can't do it contractually. He's not allowed to even we're not even allowed to bring it up. Sorry, Colonel. So. Slice is joining us. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Me and Slice go back, man.
There you go.
We go back.
Yeah, for sure, BX. Anything we do positive will be looked down upon. Anything that other teams are doing. For example, if United loses their first 3 games, will be looked at as that's just part of the rebuild. So
Hang on.
there you go.
Your achievements Do you mean the achievements where everyone all weekend has been saying Arsenal look great?
Yeah, but they're gonna say that if United loses 3 in a row, that it's just part of their rebuild.
Nah, the football world is rejoicing at their fall from grace. And even if it's not, I'm going to say that it is because I'm rejoicing at their fall from grace.
There you go. Yeah, I think that might be the problem here, BX Gunner. When the World Cup break comes up, and 3 of the top players for Arsenal are playing for Brazil, and hopefully they don't go deep, but we'll still see. Lonzo, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, Tom. Isn't Bradford your arch rival, right?
Our arch rival is a list that I could probably put on a scroll. It would be easier to name you the teams that are not arch rivals of Leeds United, to be honest. It would go like this: Arsenal, Swindon Town, and that is it.
So no, not Millwall.
Oh, Millwall.
No, we're rivals with Millwall as well.
Everybody hates Millwall.
Yeah.
I bet everyone hated Leeds.
No,
Oh,
Millwall.
no, that too.
I'm teasing, Tom. I'm teasing.
If Millwall got promoted to the Premier League, the police would be furious.
Because they have to work. They have to work every.
So, does that mean they'll go back to 1986?
Yeah.
There was
a year that Millwall made the playoffs, and I believe like the footballing authorities got terrified that it might have happened, but it didn't. Right? So, yeah. Sorry, wow. Matt was going to say something.
No, yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
My apologies. Cool. Sorry, did you say? Was you saying Brentford or Bradford?
Bradford City FC.
Oh, so I was going to say we ate both of them anyway.
Because the reason I asked is because I have a very good friend of mine who's from Yorkshire, and he supports Bradford City, and he always talks about Leeds.
It's one of those rivalry, basically, because Bradford and Leeds are like next to each other,
right?
On the map, like they're both in Yorkshire, but it's one of those rivalries. Like, basically, they really hate us, and we're not threatened by them in the slightest. So, get on with it. Sort of thing. It's similar to, I suppose, in some way, it would be similar to how Man United looked at us, but different because we literally went to war with them. So, you know, Yorkshire and Lancashire, actually had a civil war.
Really?
And we're technically the biggest club in Yorkshire, and obviously. I was about to say they're the biggest club in Manchester. Not anymore. Bloody hell. I mean, they might not even be the biggest club in the bottom 3. No, they are, because Everton and West Ham. But it suited the joke quickly, you know. Cut me a break, Colonel, because I know he's going to. I know Colonel's typing now. Hey, you joke with shit, Tom.
Oh, as Des says, what is this? Civil war over some flowers? Is that what it?
Yeah, he's right, because it's symbolised by Yorkshire and had a white rose, and no, Manchester had, or Lancashire, had the red. So that's why we wear. Well, no, I was going to say that's why we wear white. That's not true, but we actually wear white because we copied Real Madrid. But no, that's factually true. That's factually true. In 1960, whatever, our head coach at the time watched Real Madrid and basically went, well, if we want to get anything close to a good football team, you should try and look like a good football team. So we started wearing white. And then
How
we
did it
became
work
one.
for you back then?
Well, we ended up winning the title twice in a few years. So got to a European Cup final. How many European Cup finals Arsenal been to? Probably the same. So,
probably.
You know, his mouth's moving, so I'm about to hear a noise from Tony. But, Juventus copy Notts County. Notts County, one of the oldest football teams in the world.
Just keep on talking through me, Tom.
Oh, Tony, you're my favourite.
And what is this? Oh,
No, don't Google Jimmy Savile. That's all I'll say.
why? What is it? Is that really bad?
Oh yeah, it's horrendous, and he's from Leeds, so yeah. No, like you're talking genuine crimes, like no, but he probably supported Leeds. I don't know, but
Cool.
not something
All right.
I'd actively promote. But.
All right. So, anybody have anything else they wanted to talk about the past games that we just had? Anybody? Everybody's nodding their head.
One thing.
Oh, all right. Here we go.
So was Man United on green? They're either very ugly kits. Which one was worse?
Out of what?
Fine. Their player or was their kits worse?
Oh, I would argue that defending should have got someone arrested. Like I know Leeds had some suspect defending last season, but with all due respect, they shouldn't be doing that.
Said Tom.
Well, you cut off a bit there, so Tony.
Tony, you there?
We're gonna have to work on your audio. It's not now. Now I can see your mouth moving, and we can't hear anything. So before it was delay, now it's nothing. So I don't know what's going on there. So yeah. So I think that's it for the games. We all enjoyed. Arsenal's right now sits second in the league with 6 points. Only City has done better than us. I think in terms of goal difference, Brentford is actually tied with us on goal difference, but they have a draw. So there you go. They had a good game. They had a good game this weekend, so that gave them a 4-0. That'll do that.
Can you hear
Next
me
week,
now?
can hear you now.
Brentford have scored 6 unanswered goals.
Oh, is that right? They went two down first. That's right. They did because I had them on my upset pick, and I thought I lost it.
Yeah,
that is
I'm
right.
saying I don't like them, but that is impressive.
Yeah, they're doing all right. They're doing all right as long as they stop it. As long as they stop it. All right. So, like I said, Arsenal we playing at Bournemouth. What did they do last game? What did they do last? They lost. Oh, that's right. They lost to City. So I guess they're going to be upset. They're playing at home. And
you can't learn anything from that.
You can't learn anything from that, but you can learn. Well, the team's mental state, you can figure it's going to be one of we're playing at home. We just got embarrassed. That can't happen again. So we're going to come out with a little bit of fire. So that's not going to be an easy game because I don't think they're going to be. They're going to be pissed off. I mean, anybody would after a game like that. I didn't watch it. Did anybody watch it? I think
I've seen the goals. I mean, what I tell you something I found interesting about that. This isn't nonsense, genuinely true. I believe Man City and Man United both had the same percentage of possession. Yet one won 4-0 and one lost 4-0.
Yeah.
Proving it's what you do with the ball.
True. And yeah, like you said, I think it was like 65, 67% for United. But as you said, they did nothing with it. Absolutely nothing with it.
Is Rodrigo a striker?
I don't think anyone knows what he is. Well, no, because I think we bought him to put him up front, but then Patrick Bamford started scoring goals left, right, and centre.
No.
So then we had to start playing him. Yeah.
So, Rodrigo for Man City.
Oh, I thought you meant Rodrigo for Leeds.
Sorry, pal.
Oh.
Oh.
So that's how they do. That's how Millwall does it, right?
I'll remember that, Alonso. I'll
Go
remember
beat
Yeah,
up.
but I really am curious. Does Rodrigo is he a striker for Manchester City or is he a defender or midfield?
No, I think he plays in their double pivot
Okay.
or their defensive midfield.
And, that says United looked like a sample. Yeah, Tony needs a better internet provider, but you know what? I think it might just be this
provider,
stream
though.
thing.
I got
Needs an
1
internet provider.
gigabyte speed. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, something you probably just don't. The whatever settings you need to have for this Rust stream just aren't working with whatever you got. Because I think everybody else seems to be all right. I don't know. Gigabyte.
Does anyone know if Ben White got hurt during the game? Because he got
Ben
pulled
White's
out
invincible.
early. I'm just curious, or was it just to give in Tomiyasu game time?
Usually you don't hear about them until Wednesday, but
it was
usually
time.
give it 2 games after the game.
You should yourself though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know the announcers were saying that Ben White looks a little slow or hurt maybe, but then again, you never know.
He can cover for Tomiyasu, but I don't think he can. He's like a long-term starter for us. I think we'll get punished eventually if he keeps playing there.
You mean Ben White, right, Gary?
That's what you said. Ben White, right? He got taken off, right? So.
Oh, come on! He pocketed Zaha, man.
No,
you
he
see
did.
what Zaha did to Liverpool.
Yeah, but you say that, but I still see them attack you. When it got down to it, right? They still decided to pick on him, and they got what they wanted a lot of times.
Yeah, they picked on him. It didn't work.
Yeah,
because he yelled his ground.
No, he got a yellow because he had to grab one time. Saliba cleaned up for him.
You know,
right?
if you cut Ben White open, you know the Leeds colours would fall out of his skin.
No, I hear what you're saying.
I have none of this against him. None of this. Eddie too.
He held his own, but for me, I'd rather have him be part of the rotation at center back. That's all. I just rather have him there. And yes, he can do a job, but I'd rather have him be part of the rotation with the center backs, and he can cover if he needs to. But I'd rather not do that. Stan has joined us. Hey, Stan, welcome to the show. But yeah, no, I would rather us not do that too often. I think Zinchenko for me also. If Tierney's healthy, then we play him, right? Even if we decide to sell him later, we play him. Because I think Zinchenko could cover both, could start in midfield and we wouldn't lose a bit there either. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but I'd rather have Zinchenko in midfield if Tierney's healthy. Because that way he'll start every game because Tierney will be out. But I'd rather have him in midfield to start if we're all healthy. Anybody?
You need specialized positional players, or you wouldn't have formations. So obviously, deep down, I accept that you cannot play Ben White at right back as a permanent option. He would have to be rotated at centre back. That's just common sense. Despite what I say, most of it for fun, some of it because I believe it. But because it's similar, my team dropped 2 goals on Saturday. Realistically, because our only specialised left back at the club is injured.
Yep.
So we got caught out.
But nowadays you're seeing more teams go through the back for some reason. Through the back over the back. You're seeing different systems being played that way. And I don't know why. It's just really different.
Yeah, no, I think I read something about like when you would use Ben White versus Tierney. If it's more about defense, then Tierney plays. If it's a game where you're going to have all the possession, then Ben White probably works much better there because you're not going to get as punished on the defensive end. So, which is good if that's the case. But like I said, I'd we're gonna at some point need to rotate our center backs, and we might have to rotate them when we play decent teams in the Europa League at some point. So we'll see. We'll see about that. It is. We've got what, 2 more weeks until the end of the transfer period. Anybody think we're actually going to do any work?
Well, apparently,
Like we-
I saw today that we're in for that. Was it winger from Royale? I think it was.
Is that Pino?
Yeah,
Or
and
Manny
then
Pino?
it came out that I read today that we're in for that young. Was it Ecuadorian from Brighton? And
Oh,
he's really.
Like Casado, right? I think it's Casado.
I believe so. Yeah. So they're young players. I'm not so sure that we need young players at this point, but who knows? But I do just thinking. But any player whom he thinks he sees as a future option is a good one, I believe. So you never know what they're thinking. And Tiedeman's still an option, I guess. But we'll see what happens. But that's what I read today.
Yeah, no, what is this one here? Cedric seems to have lost his place. Yeah, no, I think Cedric was going to lose his place once we started getting better players in, especially if they can rotate. And we've seen Arteta thinks they're much better, right? I mean, Tavares has lost his spot easily, right? As soon as we decided to go a different direction. So there you
now
go.
he went and scored 2 goals in 2 games. So
Yeah, but not playing in the position he'll play for us. So I don't know. It's not really a good comparison about what.
and that's what I said. Both are back wing backs.
I have a question for the Arsenal fans in this panel, which is all of you, I suppose. If you could only upgrade on one position, what would it be? Like one transfer, one position.
Midfield. Everybody on the panel, midfield.
Upgrade, all right, because that's different than what I thought you were going to ask. But yeah, we're going to upgrade midfield, yeah. Because everything else that we've got, like we got our striker, we got our wings.
Striker is what I would upgrade.
What is that?
I'm going for second striker. Upgrade second striker.
I don't think that's what he means, is it? Is that what you mean? Upgrade a squad player?
Yeah, no. As much as I'd like to disagree and say that ain't what I meant, that is what like just pick a place on the pitch where
CDM
would change.
For me, it's CDM then.
Yeah,
so,
not necessarily like get rid of a player, but like what would if it was like you could get a realistic upgrade anywhere on the pitch, what would you pick? Midfield, second striker, fine. That's it. Alonso?
Third striker. or a central midfielder.
You think Nketiah is a good second striker?
I think it's.
I think Nketiah.
I like
Nketiah is the first striker.
I think Nketiah can do the job, but apparently, someone who lives in Oklahoma thinks otherwise. I think that he's more capable of being a second striker. I think that for some reason people don't think he is, and I think he is. I think that if someone could score against our rivals, then it shows something. And I don't care how bad our rivals are, that he could score against them, and that's what we need. Lacazette didn't do it last year. Aubameyang didn't do it last year, so Nketiah is capable. And he's
Des wants us to upgrade the what is it?
The
DMC. Yeah. Devastating mic controller is what I think he said. So there you go. That's what we need. But I think
your
he's saying
transfer
CDM.
market's getting a bit tricky.
yeah, I think Run DMC. I don't know. Did Matt? You said midfield still?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's either striker or midfield. Just pick one, whichever one.
Oh, so striker midfield. It's like that, and that's the way it is. Yeah.
There you go. And what for Leeds? What do you guys need to improve? Like which one of the 11 spots can you improve on that would help your squad?
Listen, it upsets me because I love my boy Firpo, but he's no good to me on the bench for 8 weeks, or not on the bench, on the sidelines for 8 weeks of injury. So I need a specialised left back because we keep getting punched there, right? But also, we need a striker because Patrick Bamford getting injured now is starting to get a bit embarrassing. Like it's making a mockery of our medical department. I knew you was gonna say that.
You know what? I know I was gonna say that. It was a little softball to Colonel, and he hit it.
We need to improve all 11. If you'd been really adventurous, you'd have said all 25.
Yeah, I think, like you said, Lonzo, a lot of people would be happy for us to improve our number 2 striker. I kind of feel like the way that they want us to play isn't the way that Nketiah plays. Like if you look at what Jesus does, and you're saying, all right, I want to step down from that. I don't think that's the way Nketiah has played like his entire career. I don't think that's what the way he's played. And unless you guys can tell me differently, I don't think he's 2 steps down or a step down from where Jesus is in terms of his style of playing that forward central forward position.
But I think he could do a good job as a backup striker. We just need more depth in that area. And we even linked to some players. It's just in the past we've had strikers like Van Persie or Eddie Rayor or Rittner that we had reassurance they could score or cause some trouble inside the goalpost, right, or the box. And we need more strikers, I think, on this team, which we don't have. If Jesus goes down, we have Nketiah, but then who we have after that, So that's what I mean by more depth in the area.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, for me, Nketiah is a good backup, but is he I guess depending on how you use the word backup.
Mm-hmm.
If he's a backup like he is, like he'll come in for the last 30 minutes of a match when Jesus has either done all the work or is wearing down, good. But if you're telling me you're going to start him, like in a pinch, for example, before we play, for example, in the North London derby, how confident are you going to be that Nketiah will be able to get the job done?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's kind of where that's when you go, not sure if I would be happy with that as being my choice.
Let me tell you what I think I have. I think that if we run into a situation with the World Cup, if we get an injury somewhere in that window, I think they may actually go out and go buy a striker. We all know that he can't. There's no way in holy hell he's going to lead the line for us.
Yeah.
He was cool there for a few games, but we all saw what happened towards the tail end. We should have sold this guy last year. Yeah. Took the money, ran, and invested it another way. You need either a like-for-like change, a like-for-like version of Jesus, or you need, I told you, a big, strong striker that can change the pace of the game. Nketiah is just basically what somebody just said, a poacher. And that's what he's made a living off of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not saying he's a bad player, but he's not a guy that I can look at and go, okay, this guy's gonna give us 12 to 14 goals in the Premier League. Not just all year. I'm talking in the Premier League. Jesus showed you, hell, he almost had 7 in one game. So I mean, that's what we need. We need that on a consistent basis. We need that on a consistent basis.
And I mean, I think it's a tease what we're getting with him, and at some point he's going to have to sit. Right, he's not going to play every game.
Yeah,
So at some point,
he can't do that because he wear him in the ground. So we're gonna see him, Katie. We're gonna see him, and then I think Arteta and Brass will make a decision on this on the next transfer window. We're probably not gonna get a striker this window. It's gonna be, if we get one, it'll be in the winter window. Depends on where we are on the table too. Because if we're actually within striking distance, I think we may look at it. May look at what we need to get over the hump.
Yeah. They're talking about Xhaka. What is this is Xhaka's 7th season. So has Arteta succeeded where Wenger and Emery failed?
I think
Unlike
so.
Xhaka?
No, I just think that what happened is that I think Lonzo brought it earlier about Zinchenko, with him being able to play mid, he can basically go from outside in. If you watch the game Saturday, he sat right there on top of the edge of the box most of the game. So that makes it easier for Xhaka not to have to do the dirty work. Also, when Partey's healthy, that makes it easier. See, if Xhaka does not have to actually work, like actually play defensive mid, actually play it, 94 minutes, play it, then yeah, he you can get by with him. But if it's required, where if it's him and El Nene or him and somebody else, and it's ragged, or he's up against somebody that's really really skilled, then of course that's when he struggles. But if if we're rolling, then typically he does fine. But if the pressure's on, it's 0-0, 78th minute, that's when you see the calamity.
Yeah, Alonso, you had something more to say about that? About Xhaka?
Yeah, I think with Xhaka, he never had a proper partner in that area. And I think Partey has also made him a better player, I guess, or better aware. He's made him better aware of what he's going to do, I guess, or allows Xhaka to play to his strengths. And you have Partey there who can help him out when things get rough. So I think that Xhaka had never had a proper partner help him out in his weaknesses. And I have Partey come in, and he's done a pretty good job with his partnership with Xhaka. And so, yeah, I think that's why you see Xhaka up higher pitch a little bit more in the past. And so that's how you see Xhaka playing better than he had years before. Because all he was just alone by himself, playing the position he wasn't used to, or could never get used to.
Carzola wasn't a good partner for him?
No, because Xhaka was too slow.
Yeah, one thing I'll say that if you noticed,
right?
One thing that I saw, because I watched some of the the replays and stuff. The one thing that I saw in the midfield was Martinelli come back. I don't know when he scores the goal. If you notice, he's actually the one that comes back and makes the interception in the midfield, and he's also the one that actually runs back up pitch and gets into position and scores the goal. In the midfield,
up and back.
right? He's our right winger at that point, but because of the movement, he can do that. And if I'm Xhaka, I would expect him to be able to do that as well. But I don't think that's something he can do. He's not making those types of plays where he can get make that interception and also get back into the box. Does not have the speed to do that. So yeah, I think it's good that they pushed him up because that kept him on the pitch, but I think definitely we can do better than that. Got one last question, and we're going to start to head out of here. I saw this one here from Ray Anderson. If Aubameyang does get picked by Chelsea, will the fans boo him at Emirates?
Yes.
I mean, they'll boom, but I won't. The man
I
scored
want
almost.
to boo him. I want to boo him.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm torn on this one.
No,
I can see why you would boo him, but I think the way that they portrayed him in the All or Nothing probably means for me no, because I think we know half the story. We assume we know the
but
rest,
I think
but we don't.
their side of the story. You always see in Arsenal
So Des
About
won't go.
boomerangs.
I don't
And,
necessarily think you should, but you will.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see if he actually makes it, and we'll see how he does. So as I've been told in the back room here, it's getting late. About 10 minutes here, so we'll let everybody have their say before we head out of here. We will start with Lonzo. We'll let Lonzo have his say, and then you're not ready to talk?
No,
No? You don't want to
I
say
gotta think.
anything before you head out?
I do, but I just don't want to be. I don't want to be first.
All right, Mr. Tommy. Oh, you want to go first, Matt? All right, hit it.
You gotta go first. Hey, you just need 3 in a row. Work hard. And I want to come back Monday and it's 3-0. I don't want to go ahead and lay a goose egg. Try to stay positive, man. It's foreign territory. I'm trying to stay positive, man.
I hear that. Yeah, it seems like nobody cares about Aubameyang there. So there we go. Yeah. All right. That's it for you.
That's
All
it.
right, Tony, go ahead. What say you?
I still think we have a little bit of work to do in the next 2 weeks. Build around another striker in. Really don't think we need a winger already enough by what I've seen from him in preseason and what he's doing in the under 20. I think we need to go spend 50, 60 million on a winger. You might as well spend it on a second striker. I think it could be better used, but still think we need and help up front.
Cool.
That's pretty.
All right, and Lonzo, now you do have to speak.
Okay. So I'm excited about the way the team is going right now. I'm really liking how the left side has been our strongest so far. It seems like, especially during the last game, I wouldn't worry too much about Saka and Odegaard. I think that time will come. I actually think that if they're going to do some putting their shifts rather, I think it'll be against Bournemouth. I think that Saka will get a goal. I think that Odegaard will play his game and fit in. I think that it takes time, and I think that when you have a good player like Jesus, it's going to take time to build around his strengths. And I like what I'm seeing so far out of Zinchenko, and Martinelli as well. And I think we'll get 3 points and score 4 goals again.
Cool. Yeah, I do like your thought there about getting some of the other players who haven't scored yet. They should come in and actually show up. Saka and I think Erdogan, right, need to score, and then that'll be complete for the front four. Everybody gets a turn in the goal. So I'm looking forward to this weekend's game. Bournemouth will be another challenge more because I think they just got embarrassed and they don't want that to happen again. But Jesus is going to have to show that. Guess what? You can't get embarrassed in back-to-back weeks. So we need to come out and have a really good showing. And more improvement from our front line, and that I mean being able to score from both sides, which means Saka is going to have a little enjoyment as well scoring. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we do pick up another player or two. I keep saying that, but I keep going on 1 week after the next with nothing. So we shall see on that one. Shall see, yeah. And what you got to say, Tony?
I'm just saying what you were doing, everything you just said, Gary.
Oh, okay. All right, everyone. All right, thank you, everybody.
Excuse me.
Uh-oh, you know what? We did forget. We did forget it. We almost forgot.
Outrageous.
We almost forgot. Everyone. Well,
I delve into my book of questions, but this week I don't need the book, all right? Because I know it off the top of my head, all right? This week's question, Mr. Tom's question of the week. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. The question of the week is, what do Wayne Rooney and Sebastian Haller have in common?
They scored as youngsters on their debut against a big squad.
Oh, it's close, but it's not quite right.
They will pay for Derby County.
They both play for Derby County.
Yeah.
I suppose that's half right, but
That's not
Anybody?
what he's looking for.
what do Wayne Rooney and Sebastian Haller have in common? This is good. You're gonna love this. Matt's gonna love this. He's gonna love it. He's gonna love it.
They scored against
Oh,
Arsenal.
here we go. Dez has got it. He figured it out.
Des has got it. No, Des doesn't have it. Be careful and behave yourself, Sir Gary. I know you're the host, but be
You don't
careful.
talk to your big brother like that.
Are we ready to find out the answer?
Come on, spit it out already, Tom.
The
Or do you
answer
need a
is
drum roll?
they have both been sold by David Moyes and then scored a hat-trick in their Champions League debut.
Oh my god.
Oh, I think
David Moyes at Everton sold Wayne Rooney to Manchester United, who then went on to score a hat-trick against Fenerbahce. I think it was in a 5-2 win.
So Stan was
Sebastian
wrong.
Haller got sold by West
Stan
Ham
was way
Ajax,
off.
who then went on to score 4 goals for Ajax against Sporting Lisbon. And then went on to be the first player to score in 7 consecutive Champions League matches,
Cool.
which is quite impressive.
Cool.
But get well soon, sir, because the old testicular cancer got hold of him, I believe.
Cool.
So.
Cool. So, thank you everybody for joining us. We'll do this again on Monday. You will see us on Saturday for the road trip. And we'll do this again. Thank you everybody. We'll see you again. And as I like to say, life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride. And we will see you guys on the next one. All right. And we're out.
See you guys.